It's time for another stupid Raw review. An episode where Alexa Bliss is topless. This can't be right. Is this right? Alright, let's do it again. The show opens up. Vince McMahon arriving in a limo like it's 1998. And then Braun Strowman is in the ring, and he says he's cutting a promo on Brock about the Royal Rumble. Says Brock's always been afraid of him, but he's all healed up. Baron Corbin's no longer in power, so there's no one to save Brock now. Baron Corbin comes out. Braun tries to start a "You got fired" chant. This was bad. They didn't even chant it. Trying to start chants with the crowd. Oh, so cringe. So Corbin says he's going to win the Royal Rumble and go somewhere that Braun will never go, the main event of WrestleMania. So this ticks Braun off. He chases after Corbin. Corbin runs away. We end up in the back, and Braun can't find him. And then Elias is back there, and he sings a song about Corbin and Braun. And in the lyrics, he tells Braun that Corbin is in the limo that Vince came in. So Braun beats up the limo driver, rips off one of the doors. Baron Corbin gets out and runs away, and then Braun says, "You better run," and lets him go. All right, so why was he chasing him in the first place? Did he chase him just to rip a door off a limo? Like, why is he letting him run away and saying, "You better run"? He was just chasing after him, right? He didn't do anything to him. He found him and then let him run away. Like, sometimes the logic in the way they write things, it's just so confusing to me. So Vince shows up, and he's all pissed off that Braun destroyed his limo. Says it's going to cost him $100,000. Braun gets pissed at that, and then Vince takes him out of the match against Brock. So Braun is no longer facing Brock at the Royal Rumble. And Braun flips over the limo. And when we come back from commercial, Braun is being escorted from the building by cops, and we don't see him the rest of the show. This is very odd to me. If Braun is cleared to wrestle, and they made this decision, the only way I can understand this is if Braun would not be medically cleared to wrestle. But otherwise, why are you promoting this main event for Royal Rumble? Why did you have that face-to-face last week with Brock and Braun? This is just, it's so confusing the way that they do things. Then we have a tag match, Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks versus Tamina and Nia Jax. So of course, since Rousey and Banks are going to fight, we need to have them be a team first, because that's what we always do. So Sasha makes Tamina tap. Ronda is so happy, like cheesing to Sasha after the win. And then Charlie interviews them afterwards. And I talk about every week how they killed Ronda. I don't know if they could have killed Ronda more than they did right here in this segment. Ronda says it will be an honor to face Sasha, and that victory over her will be her greatest accomplishment. So Sasha gets pissed because Ronda implied she's going to beat her. And then Ronda kisses her ass and says she meant no disrespect. It's like a kid that's caught doing something wrong by the teacher, and then they're sucking up to the teacher. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. Ronda Rousey they have doing this. So Sasha says Ronda's not the only one that can tap people out. She's going to teach her how to lose with class, which she said last week. Ronda said that she can keep the title of world's classiest loser. And then Sasha says, "I'm a loser." And Ronda says, "No, that's not what I meant." Guys, I'm not kidding you. If you didn't watch it, this is what really happened. She looked like a scared child. So then Sasha gets in her face and is talking trash in her face, and Ronda just stands there and lets her walk away. And then Ronda chases after her like someone that just got broken up by their significant other. "Please, I didn't mean it. I'm so sorry." Like she said, I didn't mean any of this. She's chasing after Sasha. Sasha gets in her face again, and Ronda lets her walk away again. Like they booked Ronda as the biggest pussy there is, like Sasha Banks is frickin' Brock Lesnar. So a bunch of the roster's in line at Vince McMahon's door. They all want a shot at Brock, and then Jerry Lawler walks out for some reason. I never complained for seeing Jerry Lawler, but that was it. They didn't do anything with him, so it was very odd. Back from commercial, Sasha and Ronda are yelling at each other. Bailey and Natalya break it up, and then they start arguing with each other about Sasha and Ronda. Like, this is Nickelodeon 101. They break it up. Bailey's, well, Ronda shouldn't do this. And then Natalya's like, well, what do you mean Sasha shouldn't do this? And so then they start arguing. The Riot Squad come up. They talk crap, challenge them and a friend to a match later for a 6-person tag. Lucha House Party versus The Revival. Haven't seen this one in a couple weeks. Good thing they brought this back. So they have Dasha interviewing people in line for Vince's office during the match. I guess they know nobody's going to care about this match, so they're having interviews during the match. I don't know why they would have this match in the first place then. So Revival go over. Who cares? Vince McMahon in ring, and before he can speak, John Cena interrupts. He talks about his debut and Vince giving him a chance, and he wants a chance again, and he wants Brock at the Rumble. Cena says he's got ruthless aggression, which was, going back to his debut and repeating that line that started that era, and it went over almost everyone's head in the crowd. They didn't really react to it. So Drew McIntyre comes out. He wants the shot against Brock. Baron Corbin comes out. He wants it. And then Finn Balor comes out, and he says Vince has never believed in him, but the people do, and he wants Brock. So then a brawl starts with the 4 of them. Vince loves this, so he makes a 4-way later tonight, and the winner will face Brock at the Rumble to replace Braun. So then back from commercial, we see Jinder talking to Vince in the back. He's mad that he's offended that he wasn't considered for the Fatal 4-Way. So Vince tells him to pick one of the 4 in the match. And then if he beats them, he'll take their place at the Royal Rumble. And I'm sitting here, what? Like, this made no sense. Why is he replacing them at the Royal Rumble? Why wouldn't he replace them in this match? Jinder Mahal's not in the Royal Rumble? Well, Vince misspoke because they announced later that if Jinder beats whoever he picks, he'll replace them in the Fatal 4-Way match tonight. This is why you do pre-tapes, guys. So this stuff doesn't get on the air. You do it over again. So Vince's wrong line does not get on the air, because I'm sure I wasn't the only one confused. Picks Finn Balor. Then we have the Riot Squad versus Bailey and Natalya, and their mystery partner is Nikki Cross. When her music hit, like, Renee Young goes, "No way!" Like it's The Rock. Like, they do this all the time. Like, these people debut, nobody knows who they are, except for the handful that watch NXT, and they act like the savior has come to save everybody, and I can't believe this person is here. Do vignettes and stories with these people, and then the people will care when they show up. We don't need fake Renee Young commentary trying to put this over. Instead of showing highlight packages of Nikki Cross, do story packages, interviews, whatever. Get her over before she even comes out. The babyfaces go over. Who cares? Dean Ambrose promo about the Intercontinental match tonight. He's facing both Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins, and he insults the city they're in. Same stuff we always see. Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal. Balor over. I'd like to know how many times in the past, year that Finn Balor has beaten Jinder Mahal on Monday Night Raw. I bet you it's at least 5. I feel like we see this match all the time, and Finn Balor wins every single one of them. So then we have the Intercontinental title match, and this was long. Dean Ambrose versus Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins. Bobby Lashley actually goes over and wins the Intercontinental title out of nowhere. Lio Rush interfered, helped him win. Again, just like with Nakamura losing the belt to Rusev, you wonder what the point of his title run. What was the point of Ambrose's title run here? Like, they did the stuff with Seth Rollins, and then it just kind of fizzled, and now he just loses the belt on a Raw with no real build-up to it. It's just very odd to me. So I wonder, I wish I knew the decision processes when they make decisions like this. So then we have looks like a backstage assistant trying to bring a latte to Alexa Bliss, knocks on the door, she doesn't answer, so he opens it himself, and she's topless. Seriously. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." They pan to her. She's topless with her back to the camera and turns around with her top off, covering her boobs, like we would have seen in the 2000s and early Attitude Era with WWE. Like, I was shocked. I'm blown away. I can't believe they did this. I mean, it's a PG product, but this was not PG. I don't have an issue with it, obviously. I wonder what the feedback is. I wonder if people are upset. Like, oh no. I wonder what the other women in the locker room that are so ashamed of the Divas era are thinking. But I liked it. I just can't believe that they did it. So then we have a Moment of Bliss, her talk show. And the guest is Paul Heyman. This was terrible. This was long and boring, and he's going through every one of the 4 guys that's in the Fatal 4-Way tonight, and if they're going to face Brock at the Rumble if they win. So then Otis Doshevic comes out, his debut from NXT, making like funny noises. I don't know if this was his gimmick in NXT or not. I have no idea, but he's just making these weird funny noises, and then the other guy who's his tag team partner comes out to get him. And then they walk away, and then we go to the ring announcer, and he starts to announce the main event. Guys, I don't understand these things. Like, look at how they debuted Nikki Cross, and look how they debuted these guys, and you still don't know who these people are. You still don't know anything about them. You still don't have a reason to care about them. And this Moment of Bliss was just a time filler. Such a waste of time. Here, Paul, go talk for 15 minutes. So then we have the main event, Cena versus Balor versus Corbin versus McIntyre. Finn Balor goes over, pins John Cena. That's right. Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor at the Royal Rumble. They took Braun out of this match to replace him with Finn Balor. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll see when the match comes. We will see when the match comes. But then Cena puts him over afterwards like he did AJ Styles, a couple years ago. It was really cheesy, but they think, pinning Cena and then getting the acknowledgement from Cena will get you over. And I don't know if that works anymore. Everybody beats Cena now. He loses all the time. So this isn't like as important for a character as it would have been 4 years ago. We shall see. We shall see. But another Raw in the books, guys. I thank you for watching. I thank you for your support here on Patreon. Remember, if you're new, every single video I've ever done is still on here. I don't delete any of them. You got access to all of them. They might not be in the first overview column, but if you click that second column that says posts, you can scroll all the way back to the beginning, so catch up on anything that you missed. But I'll see you guys tomorrow with SmackDown. Have a good one.